Welcome to Is Technology Leaving You Behind? A crash course on catching up. My name is Mark Weithorn. I'm with DPI Websites. A lot of you know me. You've taken my classes before at the Miami Board of Realtors. I've been teaching there for about, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. I don't know, I'm losing track of time. So this is a class on technology. Basically, we are online right now. And if you don't know what to do online, basically you're gonna kind of get left behind. What we're gonna discuss today is we're gonna talk about which computer is right for you, understanding different web browsers, using YouTube. We're gonna talk about email options, and we're going to talk about how to organize your emails, what is the IDX, okay to advertise rules, copyright rules for photos, setting up profiles on Zillow, how to use Facebook, and how to use Instagram. Before we start the class, we have a sponsor for today's class. Randy Gilbert is here with Florida Title Insurance Company. Randy, can you hear me? I think you're muted, Randy. How do we unmute you?
There we go. The first step in technology, how to let me talk.
Can't hear you, Randy. Check your mute button.
Can you hear me now or not? Can you hear me or not?
A little.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, so we'll try to get started. So my name is Randy Gilbert. I am the Chief Happiness Officer of Florida's Title Insurance Company. And before I ever give anybody the benefit of my attention, I always want to know. No, you can't hear me?
Sorry, can't hear you.
I think a bunch of people said they could.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can everyone hear him?
I can.
So before I ever give anybody the benefit of my attention, I always want to know, what's your background, dude? Why should I even give you the benefit of my attention? And the answer is a little bit about me. Is that
right.
well, I graduated law school in 1999. I litigated for 18 and a half years. I don't represent clients anymore. This is what I do. We are a diamond sponsor for the Miami Association of Realtors, and most of you will find me at the Miami Association of Realtors sponsoring an event or teaching a class. I jumped on this opportunity. We are the highest level of sponsors for title companies in the entire Association of Realtors. So I jumped on this opportunity when they presented it to me. How would you like to sponsor Leaving Tech Behind? And I said, absolutely, especially if it's Mark. A little bit about us as well is that I write articles for the Lifestyle magazine as their real estate expert. The last couple of articles that I wrote was number one, RON, Remote Online Notarization, and what is it? I also teach the course on remote online notarizations. I've done one for the Miami Association of Realtors, and I even taught for Alta for over 900 title insurance agents on how to do it as well. My latest article was actually on prop tech, where I actually analyzed about 52 different technology companies that I think would help you all. Prop tech used to be property, technology and property, and it used to be about making our lives easier as realtors. Now it's more about safety and social distancing in a matter of necessity. So that's kind of been escalated. And my next month's article is going to be about e-notes. There's nothing I love more than teaching and speaking with an educated realtor. They're the best. So I'll be teaching about e-notes and e-vaults and all these electronically signed promissory notes are, and why certain banks will allow closings to be conducted remotely and some of them won't. And it all has to do with the promissory note. You'll learn about that next month. So another little thing about us, it's a little bit differently, is that one of the things that we do is I'm super into art. I'm on a board of directors for the Hollywood Art and Culture Center. So we do things that make it really artistic. I'll take your property and I'll Photoshop it in, and I will give you an important deadlines of what of all the things that of all the timelines for your property and what needs to be done. So assuming that the deal goes hard and we are the closing agent, one of the things that we do differently as well is that we order the title insurance commitment and the municipal lien searches immediately. We don't wait, and the reason is because my deal with my vendors is if the deal falls through, we don't get charged. So that's another advantage. We're always going to be ready, and we're always going to be ahead of the curve. We're not flattening it. We'll just be ahead of it. And we'll always be ready to close before anybody else. The other thing that's a little bit different is our office. It's $1 million penthouse. We're located in Hollywood. We also have an office in Aventura as well. It's really impressive to your clients. So when they come in, we're going to call you. First of all, we're going to find out, are you coming to the closing? If so, it's going to look like the United Nations. We're going to have everybody's name in a acrylic, sitting around an onyx table with zebra wood, which overlooks the ocean. And as everybody sits down, they're also going to have their own booklets. We don't throw papers at anybody with paper clips. We like everything bound. Everything is really to the nines. They'll also have a menu with their name printed on it, and they'll have a whole list of things like Tea Fortes, Pellegrinos. I've even had baristas come to our office and teach us how to do latte art. So we grind our own coffee. And I jokingly say, sometimes our hearts look like hearts when we're doing the latte art, and sometimes it looks like garlic cloves. But you know what? We try, and people are really happy. Their names will be printed out. So that's really nice as well. And the other big thing about technology that we're really into, I mean, I've been taking this time about restructuring as far as our infrastructure and getting things more seamless and more automated so that things are go a lot simpler. But the other thing that I really like as well, and this is my proud possession, is of course, you know, Alta, they're the ones that provide all the documents for the closings. Well, I'm so into technology that out of the 6,000 title insurance companies out there in the entire country, we won the best website for title insurance companies in the whole nation. So if you want to check out our website, it's ftic.net. The website has interactive documents. I created them. So if you don't know how to actually read a closing disclosure, or you don't know how to read a title commitment, you just hover over things and it'll teach you how to do things. Spend 10 minutes on it. Don't do anything more than that, because I promise you'll fall asleep. And to answer your question, yes, I am wearing pants, and they do match my jacket. It's a lot simpler to grab something off of the same hanger. So I can't wait to actually see you in real life and hang out with you and give you all the type of attention that you deserve. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. That's great. I see Randy all the time at the board. He's always there with a table, handing out those boxes with the houses.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, those are expensive. So yeah, those are great gifts. I have one myself. Perfect.
Come in handy.
Thank you, Randy. All right, a lot of you will join the class. Once again, my name is Mark. I'm with DPI Websites. This class is Technology Leaving You Behind, a crash course on catching up. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about hardware, software, different concepts on how to use your computer and the internet and all that so you're more effective. At the end of the class or during the class, if you give me your email address, just send it to me in the chat. Randy, Tatiana is asking you to put your contact info in the chat, if you could do that.
Will do. Thank you.
So I'll email you this presentation. And also, if you have any questions, go to the chat and ask them. This is the time to ask questions. It's really important to ask questions now. So, okay, let's start. So my concept is you have to draw a line in the sand. Basically, technology has a lot of different features, and it's hard to keep up with all the features. I own a tech company, and I still can't keep up with all the features. So you have to decide what features you like and what you're going to keep up with, and then don't go any further. Do what you're comfortable in doing. The second thing is getting your ducks in a row. You have to have the proper equipment, hardware and software, in order to succeed. This is a business. Real estate is a big business. You're doing a multi-million-dollar a year business. You need to have the right hardware and software. And we're going to discuss that. So, rule number one, you cannot run your business off of your cell phone. Okay? This is a great accessory. This is good. This is good for, you know, when you're on the road, for checking your emails. If you're out of the house and you need to go online and check something, that's good. If you need to make a phone call, that's where you do it. But you can't run your business off this. You need to have a proper computer to run your business. So the first thing we're going to talk about is hardware. Which computer is right for you? And in my classes, I've seen people with lots of different computers and stuff. And some of them look good, some of them are decent, and some of them are toys that, oh, it's just this, it's that, but you can't run your business off it. So the first question is Apple or PC? Which platform are you comfortable with? And then desktop, laptop, or tablet. So me, I am an Apple person. I've been an Apple person for 20 years now. I like Apple. If you're a PC person, if you're comfortable with that, that's perfectly fine. But the number one rule is you need to have something that's lightweight and portable. I see sometimes there are these Dell computers that are like massive and they weigh like 10 pounds. And those are not lightweight and portable. You need something that you can carry around with you with ease. Now, me, I'm an Apple person once again. So I like this computer. I'm not saying go out and spend money immediately. I'm not saying go and spend your money today. But when you do decide on getting something, this is what I like. I bought 3 of these for my wife and my 2 boys. I bought each of them one of these. This is an Apple Air. This is Best Buy. This is just from the internet. I went to Best Buy and I downloaded their price. And what I like about Best Buy is they have 18 months interest-free financing. So something like this, you could, $100 a month, and you can then go and pay it off without any interest, which is pretty decent. So that's what I like. These things weigh like 2 pounds, and they're small. They're a full computer. Now, if you're a PC person, you can get comparable PC computers or laptops. This is a really cheap one for $360. You'll probably end up spending more than that. You'll probably end up spending about $600 by the time all is said and done. But once again, you have to make sure that it is lightweight and portable. That's the key. It needs to go with you wherever you go. Remember, you're running a multi-million-dollar business. You do not want to be out of touch or not be able to do things when you're out in the field. Now, tablets. I see a lot of people with tablets. I have a tablet as well. I have a big, Apple tablet. Tablets are okay, but they're not computers. They're good for taking notes. They're good for taking pictures, checking your emails, playing games, but it's not a computer. You need to have a computer to run your business. Tablets are a good accessory. There's a lot of things that you can't do, like creating files and storing things, and you can't do that on a tablet. It's a great accessory, but it's not a computer. And then the last thing is you need a mouse. This is an expensive mouse. This is $12.99. If you go to Amazon, you can get them for like $7. But you can't run a business doing this with your trackpad. You need to have a mouse. You see here, oops, there we go. I carry this all the time. Basically, this goes in my briefcase. It goes wherever I go. So you need to have a mouse. It's going to make you more efficient on doing anything you do. If you need to copy and paste, and you need to move files and do stuff, you want to do that with a mouse. That's really important. It'll make your life a lot simpler. Any questions on hardware? All right, once again, if you go to the chat and you send me your email address, I will email you this presentation when the class is done. And it'll also be on my there's a link on my website. I'll give that to you later as well. All right, let's move on to web browsers. So there's different web browsers out there, and you really need to learn how to use web browsers properly in order to be more effective in just everyday life. So there's different ones. You have Google Chrome, Apple Safari, Mozilla Firefox, and then you have Microsoft Internet Explorer. Now, Chrome is the best browser that's out there. Chrome is it. Chrome, it's simple design. It's not as fast sometimes as we want it to be. It depends on how many tabs you have over, but Chrome is the best browser that's out there. If you don't have Chrome, just go to Google and type in download Google Chrome, and you'll be able to download Google Chrome. And you want to make that as your default browser. Now, there's another one out there, Apple Safari. This comes on all your Apple devices. So if you have an iPhone, it uses Safari. If you have an Apple computer, it's standard on there. And there's nothing wrong with Apple Safari. It works very well. So if you like Apple Safari, you can use that. I have an Apple, but I use Chrome. Just my preference. We also have Firefox, which is another browser that's out there. It's been out there for a while. It's pretty decent. And then we have Internet Explorer. Don't use Internet Explorer. It comes standard on every PC, and Internet Explorer is horrible. Now they call it Edge. It is horrible. It's bad. It doesn't show web pages properly. I don't understand Internet Explorer. I don't understand Microsoft. They've, they're one of the largest companies in the world, and yet their web browser is terrible. So my advice to you is don't use Internet Explorer. If you're on a PC, go to Google and download Google Chrome. If you're on an Apple and you have Safari and you're comfortable with it, great, use that. If not, you can also download Google Chrome, and then you can make that your primary browser. And then there's also Firefox if you like it. Any questions so far? Go to the chat anytime. Don't wait for me to ask. I like questions. And once again, if you give me your email address, I'll email you this presentation later. All right. If your clients complain about your website or using the internet, the first question you're going to ask them is, are you using Internet Explorer? If they say, yeah, I'm using Internet Explorer, you say, do me a favor, don't use Internet Explorer. It's horrible. Use Google Chrome. So anytime you have a client, let's say they're looking at your website, or let's say you ask them to look at a page on the internet or something and they're having trouble, the first question you're going to ask them is, what web browser are you using? And make sure they are not using Internet Explorer. Okay? Thumbs up? Good? All right. Thank you. All right. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to bring up a web page. This is where a lot of people run into problems. They do this wrong and they get very frustrated. So here is Google's homepage. Now you'll notice that I have two things. On the top, I have where the domain goes. In the middle is the search bar. So if you want to go to a domain, you want to type in the top. So for example, most people will go to Google, and let's say I want to go to the Miami Board's website. And I go into the middle and I type in miamire.com. Am I going to the website? No, I'm doing a search. And the next thing I get is this page. And now what do I click on? I mean, there's like so many options there. I don't know what to click on. That's because I didn't go and type in the domain name. I did a search. Most people, when they go to Google, they don't type up on top, they type in the middle. What you want to do is anytime you do a search, you know the domain name, go to the top and type in the domain name. As you're typing in the domain name, Google is very good with some drop downs that will show you some options so you can just like, oh yeah, that's the one I want, and you click on it. Like here I type in miamire.com and the first one is Miami Association of Realtors homepage. Yes, that's what I want. MiamiRE.com, we know search, I don't know what that is. Okay, Google search, I don't know what that is. I want to go straight to the homepage. So you can type it in and you can either click on one of these or you could just hit enter and it will take you to the page. So once again, this is where you do a search and this is where you enter the domain name. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is another frustrating concept in the internet, and this is called cookies. And I'm not talking about chocolate chip cookies. I've been eating too many of them these days, that and ice cream. That's what happens when you sit at home. So cookies are something that they invented in Silicon Valley. These computer experts thought they were going to make our lives a lot simpler. So let me explain the concept. The first time you go to a website, it takes about a minute for all the graphics to download into the website. So you'll sit there for about half a minute or so, or a minute, until everything downloads. The next time you go to the website, they said, you know what, you shouldn't have to download the graphics again. They should be stored in your computer. So now the second time we go to that website, it would only take about 10 seconds to download, to open that website. So what they do is they take all the graphics from a website and they store it on your computer in something called cookies. These are files that are stored on your computer. Any questions on that? So once again, these are graphic files that they store on your computer so it's easier to download websites the second time. The problem is your computer remembers the old files. So for example, I read the newspaper. I go to the New York Times online and I go there today. Today is Tuesday, but I will see Monday's newspaper. Why? Because the computer saved the files from Monday. Very confusing. Sometimes you'll go to a website and you'll want to look up something and you go, that's not right, that's old, or that didn't load properly. And it becomes very frustrating. So the solution to this is to refresh your browser. That's the solution. Refresh your browser. Anytime something doesn't load properly, you're going to refresh your browser. No matter what, just say, oh, God, it didn't load properly. Refresh. The way you do that is really simple. Sarah, is it dangerous to download? Does it take a lot of storage space? So you're not downloading things. It's doing this automatically. If you go to, let's say you go to this website, Sarah, you'll see there's a lot of graphics here. The computer will automatically download these graphics and store it in a temporary file on your computer. So you're not downloading like a virus or anything. You're just downloading graphics. Jim, are websites that we should be avoiding allowing cookies? There might be some viruses. Jim, what I would do is if you get an email with a link, don't immediately click on the link. That's typically where you're going to run into trouble. what you want to do is when you get an email with a link, first look at the email address they're sending it from. If it looks weird, then you know that it is a potential virus. So basically, be careful when you get an email and clicking on a link. Remember the whole email issue with the last presidential election? That was because one of the campaign managers got an email saying, you need to reset your email password. And he clicked on the link to reset his email password. If you think it's an issue, if you get an email like that, then don't click on the link there. Just go to, let's say it's Gmail, just go to Gmail and sign in and see if there's any messages there. Just be careful clicking on links in emails. We good, Jim? Okay, so refreshing your browser. If here's Google Chrome, you'll notice on the top left, there's a refresh button. You just click it. Simple as that. You click that, and that will refresh the page. If you're having trouble, you can hold down the shift button and click it, and that will refresh the page. It's as simple as that. If something doesn't download properly, say, oh, I don't know what's going on. My internet connection's messed up. And then just refresh the page. Okay, any questions on the web browsers before I move on? To sum it up, use Google Chrome or Safari if you're an Apple person. And then if you have trouble viewing something, hit the refresh button and always type in the domain name on the top, not in the search bar. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is YouTube. YouTube, are there some Jim, are there some companies using cookies just for marketing? Yes, Jim, yes. I'm going to discuss that in a little later, but yeah, people use cookies for targeting purposes. So for example, let's say you go online and you're shopping for boots, and then you go to Facebook and you're searching, looking at what your friends are doing. You're going to start seeing ads for boots. So yes, cookies are being used by companies all the time to advertise to you. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. It's just part of life. It's like when you go to your mailbox and 2/3 of your mail is junk mail. It's just part of life. Okay, YouTube. YouTube is very important. YouTube is your encyclopedia. YouTube is how to do anything. If you need to learn how to make brownies, you're going to go to YouTube. If you need to fix a leaky faucet in your house, you're going to go to YouTube. If you're having trouble with your emails on your phone, you're going to go to YouTube. It's today's encyclopedia. They have answers for everything. For example, Zoom. I did until 2 months ago, I didn't use Zoom because I was teaching classes live at the board. But I went on YouTube and I watched about a dozen videos on how to use Zoom. And I educated myself on using Zoom. The trick with YouTube is you need to check the date of the publication and the length of the video. So the date of the publication and the length of the video. So for example, here, I typed in how to set up Gmail on an iPhone. Simple task, how to set up Gmail on an iPhone. And I got a bunch of videos. So this first video is 3 years old. Everyone see that? Yes? 3 years old, the first video. That's too old. Technology has changed in 3 years. The second one is 2 years old. That's getting old. The third one is 8 months old. So you know what? That's a good video because it's not that old. Then if you look at the little icon for the video, it will show you the length of the video. So this one is 5 minutes and 2 seconds long. I'm okay with that. If you see a video that's 15 minutes long for something like setting up your Gmail on an iPhone, that's way too long. That means that the presenter, whoever's showing the video, is talking too much. And I don't want a video like that. If they can't teach me in 5 minutes or less how to set up my email on an iPhone, then basically I don't want that. So you're going to look at how old the video is, and you're going to look at how long the video is. And if you don't like a specific video that you're watching, just stop it and click on a different one. What you do is you go watch a video. It says to you, do step 1. And then what you do is you pause the video. Then go do step 1. Then you come back to the video, you hit play, and it says step 2, do this. And then you pause the video, do step 2, and do it again. Oh no, I messed up step 1. Okay, rewind the video and start over. Just don't watch the whole video and then try and do something. Just watch a little piece of it, do the task, and then go back to the video. So anytime you get stuck, first place you're going to go to is YouTube. Okay, next, emails. This is where a lot of people and realtors run into trouble. Emails. Emails used to be it. It was the only way to communicate. You know, you've got mail. I mean, that was it. But now emails have gotten very complicated, and we have problems with it. So the first thing we're going to talk about are the different types of emails that are out there. You have Gmail, Yahoo, AOL. Yes, a lot of people still using AOL. There's nothing wrong with it. Your broker might give you an email address, or you might have an email address with your domain name, your website address. So my answer to you is, which one should you use? Use what you're comfortable on using. If you've been using Gmail and all your friends have Gmail, fine. Just use Gmail. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Just continue using what you're comfortable in using. Your broker might give you an email. The only challenge there is if you change brokers, you might lose all your emails. So you may not want to go with your broker's emails. And most brokers know that. They understand that. They don't have a problem with that. And then you might have a domain name where you tie an email to it. So from a marketing standpoint, you want to have a domain name, and then you want to have an email address tied to it. So for example, let's say your name is Sally Smith, and you get a domain name called sallysmithrealtor.com. You want to have an email address tied to it. So sally@sallysmithrealtor.com. Any questions on that? The way you set this up is simple. You're going to go to GoDaddy.com. There are a lot of different companies that sell domain names. Some of them are $1 or $2 cheaper a year, but their interface and their service is bad. You want to use GoDaddy. So you go to GoDaddy.com and you buy a domain name. You go there and you search for the domain name sallysmithrealtor.com. And you buy the domain name. When you're in the middle of purchasing it, they will prompt you and ask you if you want the email service. And if you want sally@sallysmithrealtor.com, you sign up for the email service. Once you're done purchasing that, you pick up your phone and you call GoDaddy. This is why I love them. You call them 24/7, and they will stay on the phone with you for an hour at no charge. And you say to them, I just bought my domain name and I bought the email address, and I need to set up my email on my computer, my phone, my tablet, whatever. and they will walk you through setting it up. So I'm not sitting here telling you how to set it up. I'm telling you how to do it, how to get help. Go to GoDaddy, purchase your domain name. If you want the email address, sign up for that, and then pick up the phone and call GoDaddy. Any questions on that? But once again, if you have a Gmail, there we go. If you have a Gmail or an AOL and you're comfortable with that, just keep using that. Okay, so does GoDaddy have an annual charge, Jim? Well, they charge different things. First, they charge for the registration of the domain name. So sallysmithrealtor.com, the domain name registration is going to cost you about $12 a year. The email, they have a monthly charge. It's like $4 or so for the email. So that, you know, they do charge for that because it does cost money to run an email address. Okay. Once again, you can't run your business off of your phone. So most people say, oh, I just get my emails on my phone. You can't run a multi-million-dollar business off of your phone. You need to have your emails stored on your laptop. This way, if you lose your phone, or if you can't log in to your Gmail for whatever reason, the password doesn't work, you got locked out for whatever reason, and now all of a sudden, oh my God, all my emails are lost. Well, if you set up your emails on your computer, you will not lose all of that. So what you need to do is you need to set up your emails on your computer. If you have a PC, it comes with a program called Outlook. It's on your PC. If you use a Mac, you're going to have a program called Mail. And you want to use those programs to store your emails on your computer. Do we all back up our computers? Okay. What you want to do is go to Amazon or Best Buy or something, and you want to buy an external hard drive. They're like this big, and they cost like $50. And then once a week, you want to back up your computer. It's really easy to do that on a Mac computer. On a PC, if you don't know how to do it, just go to YouTube and type in how to back up my computer. But you want to back up your computer, so if your computer breaks, you don't lose all your files. You want to do that at least once a week. So in the meantime, you need to set up your emails on your computer. So the question is, how do I do that? And the answer is, you're going to go to YouTube, and you're going to type in how to set up Gmail in Outlook. And then once again, you're going to see, here's one 9 months ago and 6 minutes long, the second one there. And that's okay, that works fine. I can deal with 6 minutes. This one here, the third one's 8 years ago. I don't want that one. That one is too old. First one 2 years ago, that one's, yeah, that's dated. So you want to come here and type in how to set up Gmail or AOL or whatever, my email in Outlook. Here's another one. How to set up Gmail on an iPhone. Once again, you don't want to use the Gmail interface because if you can't log into the Gmail account, you lose your emails. You want it all stored on your device. Jim, What's better, iCloud or an external drive for backup? I don't trust the cloud, Jim. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I like to know that I've got this little drive and it's sitting on my desk and it's there no matter what, no matter where. I know that it's in my hands if I need it. If it's in the cloud, you know, I do pay for cloud backup. It costs me like $3 a month. So I guess everything is backed up on the cloud as well. But I still use a drive, and I know that it's sitting on my desk and I'm good no matter what. So call me old fashioned or whatever. I know it's in my hands and I have it. So yes, you want to set up your email on your email device. EMB lenders, okay. 5 terabyte, that's a lot of storage. I think the entire US government works on 5 terabyte. No, just joking. $69 or $89 at Costco. Very good, thank you. Yeah, yeah, they're cheap. I remember I spent $1,500 like 20 years ago for a 15 megabyte drive. That was like, oh my God, that was big. Thank you. Okay, junk folders. This is a really big problem. You're going to get emails. You're going to get leads. You're going to get clients emailing you with questions, and you're not going to see the emails because they're going to your junk folder. It is a huge problem. Today, what I do is when I email a client, I also text them. I said, hey, just sent you an email. Did you get it? If not, please check your junk folder. Or I'll be on the phone with someone and I'm going to say, all right, let me email you a file. And did you get my email? No, I don't see it. Go check your junk folder. Likewise, you need to check your junk folder 6 times a day. You're going to get leads. The computer is not going to recognize the email address it's coming from, and it's going to go to your junk folder. It happens to me all the time. I check my junk folder throughout the day. On your phone, it's easy to do. You just go back to the folders and you check the junk folder and you go through it. On your computer, if you're using Outlook or you're using Mail, you'll see on the left-hand side, there will be different folders and one of them will say junk. You need to check your junk folder constantly all day long. You're going to get emails from clients and they're going to end up in your junk folder. And once again, when you email someone at the same time, you're going to text them and say, hey, I just sent you an email. Please check your junk folder if you don't see it. This is a real problem today. And if you don't check your junk folder, you're basically losing money. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is what is the IDX. I'm going to set this, where do I find, Jim, where do I find the folder on my iPhone for junk? Okay, hang on. So what you're going to do is on the top, it's going to say mailboxes on the top. And sorry, you're going to click there. And then you're going to see over there, you'll see a section that will probably say junk. Just go to your mailboxes and it will show that. I don't have it on here because I actually turned it off on my iPhone because why bother? It's easy to delete emails. I know we get a lot of it. It's just like going to your mailbox and you get junk mail. It's easy to throw it in the recycle bin. It's the same thing here. You're going to get junk emails. It's part of the world we live in, but you want to make sure that you're not missing leads. And if you try and automate your spam settings and all that, you're going to miss out on business. I had one client, she missed a lead. We were going over her website and the lead came in a month earlier. And I said, didn't you see the email? She goes, no. Do you check your junk folder? No. And this was for someone who wanted to buy a $300,000 house, and she was kicking herself. You need to check your junk folder constantly. Okay, IDX. This is a concept I want to go over because this is gonna come into play as we start talking about social media. So the IDX is called Internet Data Exchange. What this allows you to do is it allows you to import the MLS into your website. So like here is Vanessa's website, and she has for sale, for rent. And if you go and click on for sale, you're going to see all of the different neighborhoods that she works in. So she works in the North Miami-Dade area. And then if you click on one of the neighborhoods, it will bring up all the listings, but it leaves out the listing agent's name and number. So basically, the IDX is a system that allows you to automatically import the MLS into your website. And the listings show up with all the information, but it leaves out the listing agent's name and number. So if someone wants more information on that listing, they have to contact you. Any questions on that? So basically, when your clients are going to Zillow and they're searching for real estate, you're going to say to them, do me a favor. Oops, uh-oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Hit the mouse the wrong way. So basically what you're doing is when your clients are going to Zillow, you want to make sure that they don't do that, because first of all, in Zillow, 1/3 of the listings are no longer available. And then also it shows all these other realtors on there. You want to get them out of Zillow, you want to get them out of realtor.com, and you want to get them into your website. That's the trick to the IDX. All right. The next thing I want to talk about are copyright rules of Marcellus. Will the IDX show up the listing agent's name and phone number? No, the IDX leaves out the listing agent's information. So if someone wants more information on that listing, they have to contact you. So the answer is no, it leaves off the listing agent's information. Okay? You're welcome. Okay, copyright rules for photos. So we need to go over this because I want to stop you or prevent you from either being fined by the Miami board or getting sued by some attorney that represents Getty Images. You're not allowed to use pictures if you don't own it. If you don't own it or have written permission, don't use it. Simple as that. So for example, in the MLS, if it's not your listing, you must get written permission from the listing agent in order to advertise that listing or use the photos. You can only use the photos for promoting that listing. So let's say you get a listing in a condo building and you go, you know, I need a picture of the outside of the condo building. Where am I going to get that? I know, I'm going to go to the MLS and I'll copy the picture from the MLS and I'll use that one. Don't do it. Because if the listing agent complains, then the board will fine you $500. So for example, here is a listing on the MLS of this house. And you're going to notice two things. You're going to notice on the left, there's a watermark that has the MLS number. And then you're going to notice on the bottom right, it has another watermark for the listing. So you go, I know, I will just take that picture and I will crop out the watermarks, right? That works, yeah? No, because then what they look at next is they look at the clouds Or they look at the leaves on the ground and they go, how did you get those clouds in the exact same position? So it's simple. If you need a picture, go and take it. Everywhere you go visit a condo building, you go visit a development, take pictures. Always horizontal. Don't do vertical, always horizontal. It fits better on all the screens. So every time you go to a development or anything, take out your phone or your camera if you have a good camera and take pictures. Don't copy things from the MLS, you will get fined. Google Images. Oh, I need a picture of downtown Miami. Where am I going to do that? I know, I'm going to go to Google Images. I'm going to type in Miami skyline and look at that beautiful picture, the first picture of the Miami skyline. I'm going to copy that. Well, if you notice, David, I can't see his last name, owns that picture. So if you copy this picture and you use it without David's permission, he will sue you. A lot of times you'll go to Google Images and you'll copy pictures and you'll get a lovely letter from an attorney that represents Getty Images, and they'll go, you use that picture without authority, $700, you owe us $700. So just don't go to Google Images and copy pictures. If you need a picture, here's a website you can go to. It's called pexels.com. P-E-X-E-L-S, pexels.com. This is free. These are free, royalty-free images. You can go here. I typed in Miami skyline, and here's a whole bunch of pictures of the Miami skyline, and I can download these for free and use them. There are a few other websites out there that have royalty-free free images that you could use. I'm just familiar with this one. Is this conference, will it be in the YouTube channel, Francisco? Yes, I'll give you my website address later, and then later today I will put this on my YouTube channel, and also if you email me, I'll email you the presentation. If you text your email address here, I'll send you the presentation. Another website you can go to is Shutterstock, shutterstock.com. Shutterstock is pretty good. They have nice pictures and it's inexpensive. It's like $15 an image. So for example, here I typed in Miami skyline, and these are really nice pictures for $15. So here on Pexels, the pictures are okay, but they're not as nice as Shutterstock. So depending on what you're using it for, you can choose whether you're going to use the free one on Pexels or you're going to pay $15 for a photo. But whatever you do, don't steal images online. You'll get fined or sued. Simple as that. Okay? All right. Setting up your profile on Zillow. So this is free. The thing is, every time you have a listing, you're going to show up in the first position on Zillow. So here is this $975,000 house. And the first position there is a realtor who didn't set up their profile in Zillow. So who are you going to call? You're not calling them because they look, you know, amateurish. You're going to call one of these other realtors who are advertising, and they pay around $1,500 a month to advertise on Zillow. The way you set up your information on Zillow is simple. You're going to go to here on the top right, advertise My Hub. Everyone see that? And you're going to go set up your profile. Make sure you have a proper photo of yourself. Make sure you have a professional photo. I used to tell people to go to JCPenney to get a picture, but I don't know if they're still open. but make sure you have a good photo of yourself. Don't take a selfie. Don't take a picture under fluorescent lights. You need a proper photo. The other thing is request reviews. You'll see in the middle there, it says request reviews. Every time you do a deal, you want to go to your here and send your client a request for a review. So this way you get stars. This way when you show up, you have stars. Any questions on Zillow? You also want to go to Realtor.com and set up your profile there, and this is all free. Okay. Next, Facebook. How are we doing time-wise? Doing great. All right. Facebook is really critical. Right now, people are using social media a lot more than before. The numbers, I've been checking the numbers, it's through the charts. And you need to be online, you need to be making friends on Facebook, you need to be posting on Facebook, and you need to do it on a regular basis. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna set up a business page. You need a business page on Facebook. The reality is you're not gonna use your business page, you're gonna use your personal page, but you need to still have a business page because it's for presentation. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here to your personal page. On the top, it says create. And then it says page. And you're going to create a business page. And when you set it up, you're going to put in the name of your page. Don't put in your broker's name, because if you switch brokers, it's hard to change the name. So you put in your name and the word realtor or something like that. And then under category, you're going to type in real estate and you'll see the proper category. When you put in your information on here, it's going to ask you for the address. And what you want to do is you have to put in your broker's physical address. You're not allowed to put in your home address. DBPR, FREC, they insist that you put your broker's address. So once again, you come here to create, page, business or brand, and then put in your name, give it a title, like your name and the word realtor, and the category is real estate. How to post on Facebook? It's simple. You come here, it says write a post. You click on that, you write your information. If you want to put a picture in there, you click on the photo and you upload a photo and then you post. Once again, you come here to write a post, type in your information, your message, click on photo or video, upload the video, and then post. Posting a link on Facebook. So this is really important when you're doing marketing. Every time you post on Facebook, you always want to have a link going back to your website. So this way, when someone clicks on the picture in your post, it takes them back to your website. So once again, every time you post on Facebook, you want to have a link going back to your website. So this is Veronica's website. And basically you come here and you copy the URL. And then you go to write a post and write a sentence or two. And then you paste in the link. And boom, here is the post. So now when someone clicks on this picture, it takes them out of Facebook and takes them to your website. One more time. You go to your website, you copy the link to your website, you copy the link to a listing, you copy the link to a development page, you go to Facebook, you write a post, write a few sentences, paste in the link, and then publish. Any questions on that? Okay. Like here, Menard Group posted this listing on Facebook. So when I click on this listing, it takes me to that listing in their website. So anytime you post on Facebook, you want to have a link going back to your website. I go into more detail on this in my other class, the 15-minute-a-day social media workout. So just stay on the lookout for my emails or check the Miami Board's calendar for my 15-minute-a-day social media workout, or just email or text me for when I'm teaching it again. How to get people to like your Facebook page. Here's your business page. You're going to go here. It says community. And you're going to see all your friends, and you're going to invite your friends to like your business page. The challenge is you're going to ask people to like your business page, but only 10% of your friends are going to do that. So the truth is you're still going to post from your personal page because that's where all your friends are. Okay, Instagram. Let's talk about that. So Facebook is where you're going to do business, but Instagram is where you round out your social media. Instagram is the fun place. Instagram is where you show people that you're doing things, that you're out there, busy, doing stuff. So for example, here's Real Estate Oliver. This is one of my buddies, Oliver Ruiz, and he works in the Brickell area. And he took a picture of a boat on the Miami River. And it says, today's activity on the Miami River. Okay? And he posted that. And this just shows people that you are active, that you're doing things. The trick with Instagram, well, before I do that, if you're going to set up your Instagram account, link it to your Facebook page. So just, it's better to use Instagram on your phone. Facebook is better on your computer, but Instagram is actually better on your phone. And you're going to link it to your Facebook page. So when you post on Instagram, it will post on Facebook automatically. The thing that confuses people are hashtags. So hashtags are groups of people. So you can post something on Instagram, put in hashtags, and people who are not following you or people who are not your friends will see your post. There's two types of hashtags. There's global and local. Global is hashtag realtor. So if I type in hashtag realtor, there's 1.6 million posts on there. I'm not showing up. I'm going to be like a drop of sand in the desert. So that's global, and I don't want to use that. A local hashtag is like, here's hashtag, I started typing in Brickell, and then all these groups showed up. So here's one, hashtag Brickell City Center. So they only have 112,000 posts on here, which is nothing. So if I'm promoting something in Brickell City Center, I put a post in here and then I click on this group, this hashtag group, so people following that will see it. Here's another one, hashtag Brickell Key. That's another local one. So if I'm promoting something in Brickell Key, anyone following this will see it. Here I typed in hashtag Coral Gables. So hashtag Coral Gables has 1.4 million posts. That is global. We don't want that. We're not showing up there. But hashtag Coral Gables Living is a lot smaller. Here's Coral Gables Miami, a lot smaller. Coral, I don't know what Coral Gables Love is, but it looks interesting. That's smaller. So we don't want to do hashtag Coral Gables because that's too big. We want to do something smaller and local. Here is, I typed in hashtag Fort Lauderdale. Same thing, hashtag Fort Lauderdale is too large. But here's one, hashtag Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. You see that? Only 5,000 posts. So let's say the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show is going on, and I go there and I take a selfie, or I have someone take a picture of me next to a nice big yacht, right? And then you go to Instagram and you post, you put on that picture, and you type in something like, having a great day at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. What an amazing place just to be. And then you do hashtag Fort Lauderdale and you find the group Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. So this way people know that you're out there in the field. People know that you're busy. If you're at a new project, a new development, take a picture, have someone take a picture of you next to the model of the development, and then post it on Instagram. If you're doing a closing, have someone take a picture of you handing the keys over to the buyers and post that on Instagram. It's a social thing. You want to show people that you're out there and you're doing stuff. So the way you post is you come here. Here's a post that I did. This is something I did on a Friday afternoon. That's iced tea, by the way, in case you're wondering. And I went here, I took that picture and I went to the bottom, you see the plus sign, and it asks you to put in the photo, and then it asks you to write a message. I said, what a great way to end a fabulous South Florida day. Greetings to everyone up north. I did this in February when all my friends and family up north are freezing. And then I did hashtag and I started typing in Miami Beach because that's where I live, and all these groups showed up from Miami Beach. So once again, you take a picture, you click on the plus sign, it asks you for the picture, then it asks you to write your message, and then you type in some hashtags for groups. It's really simple. Any questions on Instagram? Any questions in general? We're at the end of the class. Any questions? Okay, I have a minute to tell you what I do before you guys leave. My company creates websites for realtors. If you're interested, these websites are linked to the MLS, the IDX, so that automatically has all the listings. So for example, this is a Guadalupe site, and she has for sale, for rent, new developments, existing developments. So for example, she works in South Miami-Dade. She works in the Gables and the Grove and all that, and it has all the listings on her website, but it leaves out the listing agent's name and number. We also have all of the developments, the new and existing developments. And if you come here, you'll see all the information, and then you'll see all the floor plans. And then we also have the existing developments, and we also have landing pages. And then we also have blogging. We automatically blog for you. So this is your own personal MLS. You want your clients here searching for real estate. You don't want them going to Zillow or Realtor.com. Setting up one of these sites is real easy. You just call me and we talk for 5 minutes, and then a couple of days later, we have a website. Normally, we charge $300 for the design and then $59 a month for the hosting. But this month, because of the coronavirus, we're not charging the setup fee. We're only charging the $59 a month. So you're saving the $300. Once again, if you're interested, just call me, and it takes a couple of days to do. Hit the wrong button. So anyways, my website address is here. If you're interested, just go to my website address, and there you'll see a link to, it says classes, and you can see, I'll put this class on there later today. I'll also email you the presentation if you're interested. If you're interested in getting a website, just call me. Go to my website. My phone number is there, dpishowcase.com. And I hope I taught you something today. Once again, I want to thank Randy with Florida Title Insurance. Randy, you still there? Did I teach you anything today, Randy? Yes.
I've taken your course before, so I'm one of the fortunate ones, but it's always good to hear it again.
Great, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. Morellis, go to my website, dpishowcase.com. You see it there? Hang on. Send chat to everyone. Sorry, I was in the wrong section. There we go. If you go to my website, dpishowcase.com, you can see my information, and you'll also have a link on for this my YouTube channel for this class. Also, if you have any questions about anything in here, if you run into trouble, I'm always available. Call me, email me, and I will, you know, I'll help you out. I had someone call me the other day. They had trouble, and I gave them some tech tips on how to do that. So thanks for your time, everyone. Have a great day. Stay safe. I know they're opening up, but please be careful. And have a great day, everyone. Thank you.